I'm sorry. We got the h22 in, guys. It was a beast of a issue. I didn't record half of it because I bled a lot. Cut my hand again, cut my lip, thought I lost a tooth. This guy nothing would have happened. I would have just went down and was trying to get the mount out and just using the wrong tool. Got the mount out, drilled through a couple times. Kind of sucks, but I got a welder now with my dad having one and my brother and them, so knowing how maybe we can get this done, boom, show me how to do it, and I'll get that done. It's a little close right here. I don't want to fuse that together because I do eventually want to try and get a K. We got a lot of stuff left to do. I still need to get the T-bracket mounted. I think mine's just bent, but I'm gonna try and just loosen it up a little bit to where it has a little bit of wiggle room, and try and get it to get the bolt through, and we'll see how that goes. This guy just needs to be bolted down again. These are good, just torque them down. Once I get everything all mounted down, we're going to torque everything with a torque wrench. 43 pounds I think is what it, so we'll do 45, just boom 45. We need to get the intake on, but I'm a little worried about, actually I'm not. I feel like it'll clearance better on this than it did on the other. The Integra brake booster was huge. This one's a little bit further out of the way. It might hit here. The Skunk 2 is a little bit bigger than the stock manifold in terms of the runner length. It sits a little further out. People are like, why are you gonna put a Skunk 2? My Skunk 2 with a 70mm throttle body. I lightly ported it, so we're gonna see what that does. It's what I've had. It's been reliable. A lot of people hate on them, but I feel like I couldn't afford a Euro R and then Roscoe Racing to modify it. And then you think, when you look at some of the forums, it's a little bit less power than the stock one ported and stuff. But I don't want to touch my stock one. I always think that one day maybe I put this thing back completely original and just sell it to some kid, or whatever. I don't have kids. I'm 28. Don't have kids. It's weird. I have Hondas. Still unsuccessful and live with my family. I'm the poor person on that Show Faster car. I don't choose to be poor. I'm trying to make my business, but it's all hard. It's all of the things you do are hard. Success isn't easy for anyone. So anyway, really just got to get the intake on. I'm gonna try and see if the GSR harness, it should bolt on. This is the only thing I worry about, is that I might have to extend a couple wires, because I don't know if the GSR harness is going to fit there. I don't know. I haven't really tried it, but it should bolt. They look exactly the same, the two harnesses. And this is already wired on the inside for VTEC, so once I plug and play the VTEC stuff, I do need to go get a new probably see if there's any sensor on here I can just clip off, and then clip off said corresponding. Anyone know if these reverse things are the same? Because I want this one. I don't want to have to modify it. I can just cut this even then I just might cut this harness, and then cut this harness, boom, splice them, cut that piece off of this the harness for this car, and then do that. So then try and find a VTEC one. I could even just put a butt connector. It's whatever. VTEC's controlled by oil pressure in the computer. They're coming for the trash. So we do that. I need to get a fitting to cover my turbo drain. If you guys didn't know, yes, this was turbo. I mean, you can tell if the turbo manifold. My motor's actually fairly decent. It wasn't bad. It's actually got the 4B piston, so it's a 87.05. It's literally a 2.2, but it's the 1.57 cubic inch instead of the 2157 rather than the 2156 or whatever. They're basically the same. Let's see. But yeah, that's how you tell. That's if you're ordering OEM pistons. I don't even know if they still sell B&A pistons from Honda, but they might. Or if you're ever ordering them, you need to figure out your bores, because you can reuse these motors. They're actually pretty awesome. And if you buy, I believe they're diamond stones, 90 degree. I think the regular stones are 60. I think you need a higher grit. I think it's like 6. I think a regular iron sleeve is like 180 to 360. And for an FRM sleeve, I believe in the Helms manual, which I have somewhere, or it's gone, I don't remember, I believe it was a 600 grit diamond stone, and it has to have a 90 degree crosshatch rather than a 60 degree crosshatch. So it's doable. I know guys like JBRE, I saw him on Instagram, he said he could do it, and probably all the bigger shops who mess with these can do it. I know Porsche guys will mess with this motor because they Porsche has the same FRM liners. They're really strong, actually. You look at the higher end cars, they almost all have this design. Even the new Mustangs have like the laser cut cylinder liner stuff in them. It's give or take, you're making the same piston out of the same material as the block generally, so they could fuse together. Iron works better. It is cheaper, but these I would trust this block with just mollies to 650 horsepower easy. But in the form it's at with the P13s, I'd probably trust it to 450. Put my valve springs in here probably. But this is an F20B head. So anyway, guys, I'm actually just giving you an update, and I'm rambling again. So the list of things I need to do, I need to get number one, I need to get cotter pins. Get some cotter pins. I need to get the fuel stuff, the fuel rail put back on the. So I need to get cotter pins. I need to get the intake on. I need to get the T-bracket mounted. I need to get the shifter cables and the shifter box mounted. I need to get the wiring harness on. I need to get the fuel on. And then I could throw the turbo technically on. I don't know if the turbo still has the feed on it or not. I might just take this off and then cap that with a 10AN. I gotta go buy one, so I'd have to go to Yearwood, which means I'm about to go get murdered on the price, but I'd rather go get murdered on the price than wait. I hate waiting, guys. I think that's the biggest thing is people are like, oh, you're not patient. I'm like, dude, if I can just go drive and get it. I grew up that way, man. I grew up where everyone just wanted to support other small places. I don't want to support some guy working out of his garage who's selling cheap China shit when I can go buy me a good fucking fitting for $3 more and go talk to some guy and maybe see some parts for an LS swap. There's other things like that shop's known for. So maybe we'll record that. I do have to, and that's where I got all my good, what are they? What are they? The couplers? I got the really expensive couplers when I went to Yearwood. They sponsor the call out. It's a good show. So, clutch line. Gosh, I go on tangents so bad. Editing. So anyway, yeah, clutch line. It's right here. I just need to pop this guy off, and then I'm gonna just rest it like that. It'll go right in. Want to kind of try and take this off. This is the D series one. I might go get an F22 one just because mine's doesn't work. Mine's destroyed. But I know you can kind of drill out the hole a little bit, and it'll fit. It'll be like a slider one. There's that. I don't need power steering because it's a manual rack, so we don't need power steering, so I don't have to put my pump back on in my ghetto mount. If you watched Driven Films, he built a mount like similar to what my dad built a few years back. The only thing that sucks is that these castings from 97 and up are different than the castings from 92 to 96 or 93 to 96. They're actually closer, so if you use the same bracket that you made on the other one, you actually have to move it over a little bit because the belts will rub and shred both belts. And I know that from experience because I used to have power steering on my Accord. I'm excited, guys. I just need to bleed the brakes. Need to get the whole rear trailing arm set up for an Integra. I have the calipers and stuff. I took the calipers, I think. I don't know if it was worth it, but got all this D-Series stuff. I don't know. I'm gonna probably just take all this stuff to the J-Yard, man. This motor is trash. It's got too much damage for me to see sending it to somebody and giving them a 70 horsepower engine. If you're really into messing with these, obviously you're in the stalker end side of the Honda scene, because you can get a better motor at the junkyard for $100, $200. You can get a better B20 out of the car. Probably find a B20 with the transmission, and if you look around an ECU, axles. I don't know why people mess with D-Series a lot of times when you can go to junkyards and find Integras. Most of the time, if you're looking for Integras or B20s and all that, look for the autos, because generally the transmissions in Hondas fail before the blocks. You can check the motors there. You can take the valve cover off. If it's really bronze, you know that they didn't change the oil. You can check all of the things before you buy it. You can even find good stuff at the J-Yards. I found plenty of H22s. I found plenty of other things. You just have to be willing to even get